Hello, YouTube. Before we get started here, it's storming out. I think it's coming to an end, but you may hear some thunder in the background. It's not a big deal, just maybe a lightning flash, a little bit of thunder. But I just done a video on flipper knives in my collection, and as I was going through there, I thought I might do one on the Thumbstud knives. I've got quite a few that I haven't really messed with in a long time, or well, not a long time, but a little while. Um, and I really like thumb action, thumb deployment knives, whether it be thumb hole, thumb stud, whatever. I just, yeah, I like that. I don't know. It's hard to say if I prefer it to flippers. I like all of that. I do know my least favorite's front flippers. I used to hate them, still don't really like them, but some of them are okay. The Metamorph is the knife that kind of turned me around a little bit on it. I guess because that was the first one I was able to, actuate easily, manipulate it fairly well. It's a great knife. The Metamorph, is it real steel? Yeah, real steel Metamorph, I believe. Great knife. Anyway, we're not talking about that today, but we're not talking about this either. This is the Tucson TS 190, I think. Awesome knife. Yeah, that's for a different time, though. I'm going to do a video on Tucson's coming up. I haven't been able to buy a bunch of them here. It's been a while. I used to buy a lot of these. I've sold a lot of them off. I still have quite a few good ones. But yeah, we're not talking about that today for this. Um, but we are talking about Thumbstud knives. This is the 8015. Man, probably my favorite cold steel. Well, probably not probably. It is my favorite cold steel. I couldn't stand the 8010. I know a lot of people seem to like that one a lot, even more so than this. But after I got used to this knife and it quit chopping the end of my finger off every time, I fell in love with it, and I still like it today. What I mean by chopping my finger off is it's got the scorpion lock here. That's what they call it. And to actuate it, you lift up on this bar, this titanium bar here, and it's ambidextrous. So that's how you unlock it. Well, when I first got it, when I'd go to close it, I'd pull up on it with my finger, and my finger would poke through, and as the blade would come down, it would just shear it off, shear the end of it right off. Yeah, you get used to it. It don't have to be that way. It's just kind of when you're new to it, and I don't know, it just happened. It wasn't a big deal. I'm not talking like half an inch of finger or anything, just the very tip of it. But good knife. Scorpion lock, Andrew Dimko, S35VN blade. And cold steel always does a really good heat treat, or from my experience, they do anyway. Always heat treat their steel really well. 8.5 inches overall. Drop point, S35VN blade, like I said. Ambidextrous, so right hand, left hand, you should be able to operate this knife the same. Now I can't hardly do shit with my left hand, so I'm not even going to try. I'll probably hurt myself, but yeah. Like I said, this is one of my favorites. I'm wanting to get another one and get some of those original goat scales for it. They look really sharp on here. Like I mentioned in an earlier video, I don't mod a whole lot of things. But I like to slap some aftermarket scales on things here and there. This will be one of them. So yeah, but Thumbstud knife, and it works really well, guys. It's fun. I like this one a lot. Next, this is just, I love this knife. The ZT0850. Beautiful knife. It's a subframe lock with the carbon fiber scales. It says in the description, which I didn't know this, and it said aluminum. I think it said the thumb studs are aluminum. The pocket clips titanium. I'm not sure about the backspacer, honestly. It looks like it's probably aluminum, the same as the thumb stud. I can only imagine if the thumb stud is, the backspacer pretty much would have to be, or it wouldn't have to be, but you know what I mean. But guys, yeah, this is discontinued. It's a Made in the USA, or was when they were making it. It's a Todd Rexford and Dmitry Sinkovich collaboration. And check out this action, guys. This is on washers. Oh, there's nothing better than that kind of action on washers. You just can't beat it, guys. Yeah. This is one of those addictive knives you just sit here and do this all day with. That hydraulic drop shot action. Fantastic. Yeah. Is that a sheep's foot blade? Maybe. Some might call it a reverse Tonto. I probably wouldn't, but yeah. Blade shapes these days are getting a little bit, some of them are just wild. But I love this knife. Zero Tolerance is one of my favorite brands of all time. You know, as of late, they haven't done too much that I like, but you know, back in the old days, and they're all thick behind the edge. This one's a little better than some, but yeah, most of their knives are just, it's like pushing a brick through something. It's a little bit tough, but Zero Tolerance. It's just a beautiful knife. And the action on it is just fantastic. Oh, the pivot and the hardware and stuff, I don't know if I showed you this. It's supposed to look like a revolver cylinder, I believe. Yeah, same there. I don't know. I could take it or leave it. It really don't matter to me. Some people probably would hate it. I don't know. It's okay. But yeah, ZT0850. Yeah. And now you've already seen this one. But it's a good knife. I like it. It's the Southern Grind Bad Monkey. 4-inch blade. 14C28N. Saber ground blade. This is made in the USA, which is something good. Now this one I believe is on washers too. The action is nowhere near the ZT, but it's probably because it's newer. I haven't tuned on it or anything, you know, and tried to get it, you know, running any better. I just try to let knives break in naturally, see how they're going to act before I go messing with them. But yeah, it's titanium frame. It's got this anodized titanium liners in here, a liner lock, titanium clip. A lot of people think this is proprietary hardware, but it's not. It takes a standard pivot. You know, and this is oh shoot, what are those called? But you can get them into hardware. They're not too obscure or anything that you can't find those type of you know, tools to get that undone. Spanner bit. I can't remember what it's called right now. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. Good knife. I love it. Thumbstud only actuation here. Southern Grind Bad Monkey. That's a big old guy too. Next up, Tucson TS 264. Like a leaf shape, drop pointy kind of M390 blade. It's stone washed. It's got a beautiful stone wash on it. It's kind of no, it's like a light polished stone wash. I don't know if I can get that to show. Full titanium handle, titanium pocket clip. It kind of looks like an integral, but it's not. It's just that sandwich type construction. Carbon fiber inlays. Tucson makes a really nice knife, guys. They can anyway. I have a rule that I tell everybody. You have to try at least 3 Tucsons before you can either love them or hate them, because their knives are all around $100. Or they're not all around that. They make some budget stuff. But all of their knives that are similar to this are going to be right around from 80 to, I don't know, $150 or something. And for that, now you may, if it was your first Tucson, you may buy one and hate it. And it may actually You know, the blade may be poking through the back a little bit, you know, if you got your finger in there or something, or the pocket clip may be junk. But it's like you may feel like you lose when you get one, like, that's nice, you know, it's got some flaws and stuff. But when you pay $100 and you get one of those Tucsons like this one, or there's some others, and you get it for $100, you feel like you won. They because some of them will feel like a $300-400 knife, and you know that you paid $100 for it or around. And this is one of them. I probably give $70 for this, $80. Now the heat treat on the steel, it's kind of hit and miss. It's been better lately from what I've seen. Now their 14C D2 has all been pretty good. All been good from what I've seen. Things like M390 that they do and M398. Now I only have one example of M398, and now it performed really well. M390 is just, you never know what you're going to get. I've never had any that was terrible, like pure junk, but I've had some that didn't do very well. You know, you knew that it could do a lot better. But yeah, the Tucson TS 264. Yeah, good Thumbstud knife. It's another one that's addicting. It's a little bit smaller knife too. Okay, and next, the WE Knife 609. This is a brute here. One of WE's first knives, not really a first knife or anything. It was probably in their first 5-6 models that they come out with. WE Knife 609. S35VN blade, two-tone. All titanium. The frame's titanium. Thumbstud's titanium. Hardware's titanium. Yeah, everything's titanium. And the action on this guy is great too. Yeah, this is when we done the proprietary hardware. You can see here the star on the thumb stud. That's how you would actually undo the thumb stud. Same as here in the frame, if you can see. Now they send you a bit with it, but it's small. And if one of these is seized in there with Loctite or something, you're going to play hell getting it out. But other than that, and they switched this. I think Nick Shabazz had something to do with that, because he was like, yeah, that's, you know, he would always say that's just not a good idea. And I think they listened and they changed it. That was many years ago, but I believe we can thank him for that. Big old Warncliffe blade or reverse Tonto, maybe. 9.3 overall. So it's a big guy, like I said. You can probably see a theme here. I like bigger knives. I don't have anything against small knives, and there's some that I really love, like the WE Deacon. It's a smaller knife that's just fantastic. And I have several smaller ones. The WE Vision, or the Civivi, is a little bit smaller. It's great. This is smaller. It's awesome. So I don't have anything against small knives, but I just prefer the bigger ones. But yeah, WE 609. This is before they started putting names on things. It may have a name too, and I just don't know it. But yeah, guys, so these are just some Thumbstud knives in my collection. Just like I said, it's just a few I grabbed that I haven't really had out in a while and hadn't messed with. So I just thought I'm sharing with you guys. Till next time, thanks for watching.